Crack a brew. And smoke a few. What is up, world? This is your boy B-Rad G, and we're back with a brand new episode of Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. I'm a little sick, under the weather. I almost didn't do today's episode, but I was like, you know what? Freak it, man. I was going to say fuck it, but then I was like, maybe we got kids, and now I'm starting to second guess myself. We're not going to have kids. This is like, I don't know, I get high, and yeah, it's not a kid thing. Alright, but anyways, yeah, man, almost didn't do today's episode, however, but you know what, I said, screw it, let's just do it, you know, you only live once, I might not see tomorrow, so, alright, I did smoke the free joint this time. I did try it, before, when I created the Christmas episode, which will come out next week, and I smoked it on that show, and I don't know, maybe I didn't hit it enough times. It is a free joint, and I gave it like 3 stars, but right now it's way better than when I had it on the Christmas pod, which will be out next Friday. Or no, not next Friday. I'm going to actually put it on Christmas Day, obviously, yeah, so that's a Wednesday. But yeah, man, I definitely say this is improved, so I give it a 4.5 stars now. I don't know the name of the weed. It was a free joint. We're just going to call it Free One. Let me get some of my coffee. Speaking of coffee, okay, today's Saturday morning, and Friday night, I had a Christmas party for my company, and that was cool. Yeah, man, like, we had a white elephant, and we brought gifts, and we were able to, I guess, pick different gifts, and I happened to pick a different one from what I bought. I thought I was going to get alcohol, but turns out I got a wine opener. I'm not a wine drinker, so I gave it to my dad's girlfriend, who's a wine drinker, and yeah, I think she liked it. But what was really cool, I got a coffee French press, and that's cool because I've always wanted to try French press coffee, and to make it at home is going to be dope. I won't have to go, like, to any, fancy coffee shops. So, yeah, man, I just ordered some Marley grounded coffee, so I'm going to try that out. I got coffee right here, so that's what reminded me to tell you guys that. But my week was good, man. It was kind of slow. I did the same thing, but I didn't mind it. I just checked my work, basically. They have more work coming for me, but they want to save it for next year, the beginning of the year, and then, so that's cool. So I'll be able to do more PTDs. Yeah, I did have a day off, and that was the beginning of the week, but I don't know, man. I've been sick, like I mentioned earlier, and I don't know. I'm trying to go to bed early, but I couldn't last night, and I'm trying to stick to my goals. So Thursday night, I was up to like 12, putting out that Pokemon episode, because I want to get past these 3 weeks, man. If I could do that, that's a big accomplishment. And then after 3 weeks, so starting Monday, it's gonna be like my 4th week. So I want to really stick to that. Speaking of that, Monday is I'll be going to work, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I get off because it's Christmas Eve and Christmas. I originally had to go in on Christmas Eve, but my bad. I guess I was able to get off. I texted my boss and was like, "Hey, can I get Wednesday off?" And yeah, I just said I'd come in on New Year's. So, I mean, we're supposed to come in at New Year's. Well, actually, it's optional, they said for New Year's we could come in half day if we didn't wake up, or if we, went to bed late. But I don't know how they would know if anyone went to bed late or not, right? So it's like you could just, I guess, come in half day or maybe not come in at all. But yeah, man. That is next week. Those are my plans for next week. Oh, actually, I'm going to LA on Christmas Eve to visit my girlfriend's family. So that's cool. And I love to eat the LA food out there. Like we're gonna go hit up some Asian spots, like, get some dim sum. We're gonna go get some hot pot maybe, and then maybe some sushi or some I don't know, man. I love that shit. So yeah, go get all the boba coffee, the Vietnamese coffee. Vietnamese coffee, if you never had it, is bomb. It's really strong if you really love coffee. But yeah, and then we're gonna visit her family. Most likely have like a Christmas dinner there, and then spend the night. We'll be leaving Wednesday, and we'll be there till Thursday, and then I guess come Thursday night. And yeah, man. So that's gonna be fun. This will be my highlight of my week next week. Can't talk. And recently, we were at the Christmas party, and my girlfriend got her hair short, and yeah, she looked very beautiful. And that's cool. So I don't know. My girlfriend's not ever gonna watch this, so it's not like I'll get compliments if she watches it later. Oh, you said that? Like, no. But all right, let's get on with the show. We already did the review of the strain, basically. But these are some things I wrote down in my notes that I was thinking over the course of the week when I was working. I was listening to other podcasts, and they talked about some interesting stuff, so I thought that I'd talk about it on my show. So they were talking about life and stuff, and someone said, what if we're already dead? And I was like, dang, that's deep, like that is crazy, because we don't know, like, what if this is, we already died and this is the after, after our life. I don't know, that's crazy, interesting theory, or idea to think about, like the thought of, like, what if this is death, like what we're living in right now. That's crazy. I thought that was neat. But anyways, that's pretty much it. The next thing I wrote down, they were talking about, because this girl had this artist on, and he's a rapper like me, and then they're talking about some of the best work that ever comes out of an artist is when they're struggling. And so I wrote down, as an artist, can you create some of your best work if you're not struggling? And I started to think about it. And over the years, I haven't really been that focused. And I've been all over the place. It's just because, like, I don't know what it is. If I got, like, ADHD or something, where, like, I get bored or something, like, after a certain amount of time, and then I move on. And so when I started this podcast back up continuously, I was thinking, like, I'm not motivated anymore, and I was watching that Joey Diaz podcast, and he was talking about, like, I forget the dude's name. It's like the assistant on his show. He's a comedian too, and they were saying, like, after he starts something, he gives up after 3 weeks. And when he said that, I was like, dang, that's right. Like, when you get inspired, it's only like for like a short period of time, 3 weeks, and that motivation's all of a sudden gone. So I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be determined more. I'm gonna be focused, and I'm gonna have discipline. And so that was my biggest thing, was starting this thing up. So So it says, can you create some of your best work while you're struggling? And I think that you, in a way, yeah, like if you're struggling, that you create some of the best stuff because it comes from a place of pain and stuff. And you can create some of your best work because this EP that I got coming out, I wrote it. I mean, one of the songs is like really old, like 2016, and I had some help with my friend DJ, my best friend, and he helped revamp the thing, and it sounds really good. But as the whole project happened over this past year, um, I noticed that I have a song called "Better Days," and that was a time when one of my friends was going through something, and I started writing him a verse. Like I was writing him back in like Messenger, and I was trying to, cause I was reading his statuses that he was been posting, like he was depressed with his girl, that his girl left him and stuff, and I started writing as if I was trying to help him, because I was trying to give him advice, and so the song goes, so you stuck in the blues. She up and left you like Steve just could do without any clues. Now you confused, sick of being used. Like, like, anyways, but that came from me wanting to help him. And then the second verse, I go in and say, I was like, I'm sorry to hear that your own father died. I'm not qualified, but I know I tried to find pain inside. If you could, you would just bring your father back. Yeah, so it's like that came from a place of me almost losing my dad, right? But to be honest, like I didn't really write that part after my dad had his where he almost died, and I wrote that before, but I was in that mind state of like, that he did die. And then what I would want someone to say to me, I guess. It's like, I'm sorry to hear that your own father died. I'm not qualified, but I know I tried to hide pain inside. If you could, you would just bring your father back. It's heavy on your mind. You keep getting flashbacks. They play rewind to a time you find much better than this. I don't want to give you all the whole thing. I practically gave you guys the whole song right there, but yeah, and the chorus is just like, better days, searching for them better days, life's just a battle, you can't prevail, before you see paradise you go through hell. So like, yeah, man, better days, I was looking for those better days, and I thought everyone could relate to that, because we all have those good days and we all have those bad days, and I was feeling like that. So it was like I was looking for them better days. So I guess it's kind of like struggling with my own, I don't know, depression or something. And we all going through something. So, and then with the song I got Trust Nobody, I wrote it right after I got fired from Amazon. And that I was just feeling like, I stopped music and I was making good money at Amazon, and then it kind of hit me like anyone's replaceable at a job, and you got to know someone in order to, you stay there for long term and not worry to have to try to, struggle and find money and, just get by, and then, I mean, look at me now. The only reason I have that job is because my dad knows the boss, so it's like, the world really don't give a fuck about us, And I don't know. So I wrote that song after I got fired from Amazon, and it's like corporate America, It's like they could replace you. So it came down to me not trusting nobody. And then after just with that breakup song that I wrote, Love Again, that I have on the project, that's the oldest song on the EP. And with that, I just got out of a breakup, and then I'm in a new relationship. Fast forward, so a year later, I think, and It's like I get fired, and then it's like, damn, can't trust women, can't trust, I don't know, even though I guess I'm with someone, but you can't trust corporate America because you're replaceable, you know. The higher people up, they stay where they stay, and the people below, well, I don't know, you gotta go if you can't keep up. So I came down to not trusting nobody. And then I got a line where I'm like, but I ain't treat you like you treat me now. I ain't that dude. You keep speaking when we beefing, man. Now ain't that true? Got me thinking about the weekend when you said we cool. Cause we ain't speaking 50 weeks, yo, but now I move. Shh, listen. And that came from like, I had a friend, Gary, in Huntington Beach. And we were cool. And then I introduced him to a friend that I had that I met in college. And turns out he was always negative to me, man. And, he'd be like, oh, I saw your one only fan today at school. I started laughing. She's so, like, fat and she's so ugly or whatever. I'm like, dude, fuck you, man. It's like trying to make me feel bad because I have one fan. And the fact that he's, like, bringing someone down, like, that's not cool. Talking, like, what'd she ever do to you, It's like, I don't know. And then, so he was always so negative. He always had something negative to say to me. And it just was like always bringing me down. Like, oh, you need to make a song like this and maybe you'll blow up. Or like, just, I don't know. It's just like, he always said something negative about me. Made me feel like less. And he tried to be like ringleader of the group or whatever, the associated friends we were in. And then, yeah, man, so freaking that, hold on, let me crack a brew and smoke a few. Yeah, but with that, it's like he became, we went to the beach, or I introduced him to Gary through PlayStation, and then they became friends, right? And so I guess they were all like, he was laughing, like we were in a party chat on PlayStation, and when one day, and then that's when he said something about, like, he's like, you only have one fan or whatever, and that's when it drew the line and stuff. I was just like, dang, you always bring me down, man. Fuck you, dude. You're always so negative. Oh, yeah, and then he tried to say, like, because I worked with my dad in the field, right? And he tried to say, like, I didn't have a real job or whatever, but he does when he mows lawns and does landscaping with his uncle. I was like, dude, it's basically the same thing. Like, you don't have a real job either. You're trying to make me feel bad because you make more money than me or whatever. And so it's like, yeah. And then as he's all doing all this, like, Gary's laughing, and I was like, fuck you guys, fuck everyone. Like, even people that didn't even do anything, I was just like so fed up. I was like, you know what? If you're gonna be his friend then too, and you're gonna laugh at me like that, and you might as well be with him, because it's like, yeah. So, in Trust Nobody, I'm just like, but I ain't treat you like you treat me now. I ain't that dude. You keep speaking when we beefing, man. Now ain't that true? Got me thinking about the weekend when you said we cool. We ain't speaking 50 weeks, yo, and now I move. Shh. So, that's where that comes from. So it comes from like a place of like, the workforce or corporate America, basically. You can't trust them. They don't give a fuck about you. And then friends, they don't give a fuck about you, And so I'm like clean and faded like a taper, seeing through you fakes like a cloud of vapor. So it's like, trust nobody. It's all coming through the struggling of, and so like, trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. You were looking for them better days, and, the Great Gatsby. I feel like Love Again, that song's going to be like, it reminds you of the Great Gatsby because he's trying to get the girl back. It's like, and even though he got rich, he still can't get her back, and he's like, I did all these things for her and she just wants to run away from this. And he's like, you can't repeat the past. He's like, you can't repeat the past? Well, of course you can. Of course you can. And so it's like, I feel that's what Love Again is, and I can't wait for you guys to hear that. I'm trying to get that right, but Pro Tools be lagging, dude. I swear. Like, ever since I got this Mac OS 8 update on my iMac, I'm not able to open Pro Tools. The only reason I'm recording this is through the video, and I'm also have GarageBand. Thank God for GarageBand. But half the project is on Pro Tools. So it's like, dang, I really hope Pro Tools and Apple get their stuff together, because, man, like, I wanted to put the project out at the end of this year, if not by the end of next month of next year. January. So, I don't know. And then I have this, the next song is, it's an intro to the EP, and I'm thinking about calling it My Life, because I feel like that's what it's been like this past year when I started working on these songs. And I don't know, I just started thinking about it the other day too, is like, it's kind of a story about like how I always wanted to just fit in, with anything, like friends and stuff, or like, I guess whether it's a job or, I want to connect with someone on a, I guess, emotional, physical level, love again, like, and it's really about my life, of how I want to just fit in. And so with My Life, the intro is perfect, because originally when I bought the beat, right, it, I guess it wasn't available for, well, no, it was available for like a 10-year contract or something to use it. But I got a $50 one because I feel like it's the EP. I can't put it out for free, or I can, but I can't sell it, is what I'm trying to say. Because I don't really have that contract. Because when you buy a beat, you might not know this, but like, they have like on YouTube, they have, when they upload a beat, in the description of the box, they have like a link to their website where you could purchase these beat makers beats, and they have different licenses for the beat. So with this particular beat for the intro of the song, I thought when I was playing it, when I was in the store, I was like, okay, it's only giving me 1:30, I'm thinking, because of it's just a sample, I guess. Maybe they didn't want to post up the full song or something. And so I buy it, and then it turns out it was actually like, 1 minute and like 30, 40 seconds, something like that. And I was like, okay, well, this is perfect, because now I have an intro to the EP. And I was like, I love the beat, how it sounded. And it was already entitled My Life. And I originally wrote like a draft of My Life to a different beat, and it had a different chorus. And then when I got the beat, I started to rewrite a different chorus, because I didn't like how the original chorus flowed with the new beat. And of course, you write to the beat. You can't just get different lyrics and put it to the beat. I mean, there might be some things you could take and maybe reword it just a little different, but for the most part, you can't really do that, unless I guess it had the same beats per minute. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, when I bought it, I started writing a different chorus, and I was like, this is my life, trials and tribulations. This is my life, all my vibrations. This is my life, my life, my life, And so that became the chorus. And for whatever reason, I'd put it down, and then I got it recorded. It came out good. Like, I can't duplicate that chorus. And so finally, when I got around to finishing the verse, which was probably about 8 bars, but and it's so crazy how I wrote it, is because when I was at work, like when I was first starting at my new job, like I cried right? I think I told the story already, but to sum it up for um, quickly, I guess. Long story short is, so I was learning how to do DORs, and he's correcting my paper, and I just this happened like almost like right after my dad had his surgery, and I'm going through changes in life, or just thinking differently basically, and you know it was kind of a wake up call for me. It's like, yeah, like my brother died, and that motivated me, and I don't know, for some reason I lost the passion, um and then different people start dying like Mac Miller, and that motivated me. That was a push in my life where I was like, dang, life is short, man, everyone's dying. And then I guess you just forget about it or whatever until it happens to someone like my dad, I guess, who, and then I don't know, I started crying when he was correcting my paper, because I started thinking about me as a failure. I'm like, dude, I'm thinking I'm a failure. I'm a waste of life. Like, I wouldn't have a job without my dad because he knows the boss, and I just felt like a waste of life. Like, I didn't contribute to anything in life. Like, I'm just a loser. And I don't know, he might have thought that it was because he was being too hard on me, but that wasn't the case. Um, and with that, though, I came up with these lyrics for this song, and it's like, I don't know, I've been doing rap, and I got a lot of hate throughout the years, but like that's what comes with anything you do there. And I starting to realize as I'm getting older that you're always they're always gonna hate on you, like no matter what you do. And um so the first lyric goes, I'm not good enough. The world keeps telling me I'm losing my mind, can't catch a felony. Like, and so the world keeps telling me. I just felt like that because it's like I'm trying to do something, I'm learning, and just can't get it. I'm not smart like everyone else. Like everyone else seems like, you know, that they could learn that in like the first try. Like you talk about it one try, they show you how to do a DOR, boom, and then the girl next to me just knows the answer. She's a really good note taker. I guess I'm terrible at it, and like she's able to still like do everything they showed her, and I'm like, how do you do that? It's like I try to do it, I forget things, and I'm looking at my notes, but they're not good enough. So it's like, and then that's where I came up with the lyrics, like, I'm not good enough. The world keep telling me. In the world, I chose the world keep telling me because it's like I felt like that with my music, and then like, but and now I realize, it's like you're not good enough is because you just give up. You don't stick with it, and that's why I want to be disciplined and determined this year. So we're starting early, and that's all. I was just like, you're not good enough. But the world, I feel like the world's telling me, but in a way they are. Like if I get a negative comment like this song sucks, you just gotta ignore that, because even celebrities get the like hate and stuff. It's like they're gonna hate on you regardless, dude. Just you gotta live your life. You can't let that stop you. That's what I'm thinking now. That's my whole mindset, and my no one's gonna break my strong will and my mentality. Like I'm like full focus. I'm coming. They can't even see me right now. Like that's how I'm like gunning. Like just like they laugh or whatever. At my dreams, it's all good. Laugh, cause I'm gonna be the last one laughing. So I'm coming for the throats. Like everything they said I can't have. Like I'm gonna have it. So back to the lyrics is like, I'm not good enough. The world keep telling me. So that's cool. The world keeps telling me. And it's like, the world keep telling me I'm losing my mind, can't catch a felony. And it's like, maybe it's like, I'm losing my mind because it's like, damn, like I'm trying my hardest, But I can't just like flip on someone and try to beat their ass. One, I'm not a fighter. I don't know how to fight. But two, it's just like I can't. You got all these shootings. People just snap. all these school shootings and everyone's dying every day, man. I can't catch a felony, like, So that's where that lyric's like, I can't catch a felony. So the world keep on telling me I can't catch a wait. I gotta start from the top to do this. I'm not good enough. The world keep telling me I'm losing my mind, can't catch a felony. The world is rough, can't get left behind. So the world is rough. I'm in a new work environment. The world is rough. I can't get left behind. Like, I got the homegirl over here, Mackenzie, smart as it can be. I'm getting left behind because, like, I don't know. She's just born with that gene. She's smart, and of course, yeah, so it's like, can't get left behind. Let me start from the top. I'm not good enough. The world keep telling me I'm losing my mind, can't catch a felony. The world is rough, can't get left behind. The going gets tough, can't waste no time. It's like, I can't waste no time. Like, people are dying around me, dude. And it's like, that's kind of a reminder, like, you got to do what you love, man. Like, can't waste no time. Just try to do your best while you're on your 9 to 5. And then at home, can't waste no time. Don't watch TV, bro. You got to get in the studio and you got to live your dream, man, because one day you ain't going to be here. So let me start from the top again. I'm not good enough. The world keep telling me I'm losing my mind, can't catch a felony. The world is rough, can't get left behind. The going gets tough, can't waste no time. I'm just trying to find who I'm destined to be. Just a regular someone or a great MC. Like, that is some powerful stuff. Because, like, I'm just trying to find, like, I was going through a time, I think I might have mentioned this on the podcast already, but I started going to church with my friend DJ, my best friend, and I was just feeling depressed after that day, when he was correcting my paper and stuff, and I just felt like a waste of life and all that. And so DJ, I started going to church with him, and he said God will change everything for you, and I felt like I was getting better, but I just struggle with religion because it's like, it's so strict, and I just want to be free, dog. Like, I believe in a higher power. There has to be something that created all this, It has to be. And then, I don't know, I could go off on another tangent, maybe where, like, we're all dead, like I mentioned earlier or something, but I don't know. It's like, hold up. Welcome to Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. Should I just do that every time I sip? Just like, welcome to Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. Because I feel like my mouth gets dry because you're high, and then the coffee is like, damn, son. But yeah, so the lyric was like, I'm not good enough. The world keep telling me I'm losing my mind, can't catch a felony. The world is rough, can't get left behind. The going gets tough, can't waste no time. I'm just trying to find who I'm destined to be. Just a regular someone or a great MC. So it's like, I'm trying to find who I am. So I'm going through this religion stuff. And maybe, I don't know, it's like, I wanted to know my purpose, because, like, I just felt like a waste of life. Like, am I wasting my time? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm looking up to God or a higher power, It's like, am I wasting my time doing this? Like, what is my purpose? And I want to have a relationship with you. Just please, tell me my purpose. Like, what do you want me to do? And then, I don't know, it just dawned on me that night when I started this podcast after I watched that Joey Diaz podcast, and it's like, he did it, he made it, and he's talking about discipline, and, well, Joe Rogan was too. He had a very good motivational speech that I heard that got me. I was like, dang, he's right, discipline. But Then after like Joey Diaz was saying that his friend gives up like after 3 weeks, he's like, he's on his 3 week kick, and then he just stops doing it. And it's like maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe because I'm where I am is because I'm not giving 100%. It's like I get distracted by all these things, and then as these things are affecting my life, it's like dad's almost dying. It's like I'm realizing life is short, and you got to get it. You got to go get it because this might be it. This might be your only life, but maybe there's not. But while I'm in this life, I want to be remembered. And what I want to be remembered for is this thing with music is because I fell in love with rapping, and it's because of my brother Dimitri. And ever since I heard my voice on a track on the first song, I fell in love with this, you know? And that's what I want to be remembered for, is the underdog that never, lost hope, that believed in the dream and went after it, whether he made it or not. And this is what I want my legacy to be, is this a rapper. And I'm hoping I'm good, like these 10,000 hours, once I put them in, I just want to be able to drop of a hat. You tell me to rap, I'm just fucking on it, and I'm just like dropping these fucking bombs, Eminem fought his way, he had to fight to get where he's at, to prove himself, and that's what I'm willing and ready to do. And so back to the lyric, it was like, I'm not good enough, the world keep telling me I'm losing my mind, can't catch a felony. The world is rough, can't get left behind. The going gets tough, can't waste no time. I'm just trying to find who I'm destined to be, just a regular someone or a great MC. So this religion thing is like, I'm trying to find who I'm destined to be. Should I do a 9 to 5, be this normal human being? And then I realized, like, nah, you can't just be normal. If you want to be remembered, you gotta be willing to put all this time in, And it's not so bad being normal too. I mean, even if I don't make it like famous, like I'm not trying to be famous. If I get famous, that's cool, but that's not the purpose. Like, the whole purpose is like, I love making music. It's just one of my passions. It's like my favorite thing to do. So that's why I'm going to do it till the death of me. But yeah, so that's where that kind of lyric came from. I should move on because I feel like I'm going on and on about that. But okay, so the next line is like, who I'm destined to be, just a regular someone or a great MC. Put yourself in my skin and try to be me. So put yourself in my skin and try to be me. It's just more like, try and be me, man. Like, where I'm coming from, it's like if we just all try to put each other in each other's skins and just like realize that, we all going through something, and try to be me. So let's all be more nicer to each other, man. Like, I'm just trying, so it's like, put yourself in my skin and try to be me. It's a battle within, and I'm just hoping I'll win. Like, that's some deep ass shit, dude. Like, put yourself in my skin and try to be me. It's a battle within, and I'm just hoping I'll win. It's like we're all going through these battles. Like, I don't know if you believe in a higher power, if it's like angels and demons, like trying to, like, maybe it's like based off karma or something, like on our decisions or something. Like, I don't know, like we're all maybe that's why we get depressed sometimes. Or like, I don't know, it's like, put yourself in my skin and try to be me. It's a battle within, so we're all battling something. It's like, and I'm just hoping I don't blow my brains out, because it's like, I mentioned last podcast, it's like, we gotta make relationships with all these people, and that's the sucky thing about life, because then one day they're gonna die, you have to say goodbye, and that's just heartbreaking, man. It's the biggest thing that, for me, that sucks about life. And that's why I think I'm so quiet sometimes because I don't want to. I already gonna have enough heartbreak in my life, I don't want to have any more. You know, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so like that's what was struggling. All these things come from struggling. So, and I feel like even though this is not out yet, it's gonna be like one of my best things, and I'm so happy that I got my best friend to help work on it with me, and that's gonna be that's gonna be one for the books, man. Because if one of us dies, man, we always have that, and we'll remember it. And we're going down in legacy together, like his legacy, my legacy, like boom, that's a staple or a staple in our life right there. Like that's a milestone, that accomplishment. So once it's out, I can't wait for you guys to hear it. Um, all right, ooh, getting all teary eyed. Sorry. It's kind of hard to see what I got on here. Hold up. All right. So when we don't know ourselves, we allow the world to tell us who we are. And that's crazy, right? That's some I don't know, when I heard that I was just like, dang, that is deep. So when we don't know ourselves, we allow the world to tell us who we are. And they said that on the podcast and I was just like, yeah, man, you got to know yourself. So when we don't know ourselves, we allow the world to tell us who we are. And that's true. It's like you if you just keep listening to everyone, I feel like, you know, you're going to probably start believing that. But if you don't know yourself and you're like, nah, man, that ain't me. They're wrong. Like, they don't know. They don't know me, you know? I don't know. I really like that. I can't really elaborate further than that, but that's what I have down. The next thing, when you almost lose someone, you go through an awakening. Yeah, and so it's back to what I was saying, and that's how this whole kind of thing happened. It's almost losing my dad, like an awakening. And so that's why I had an awakening, I feel. And that's why I'm going strong this year. From now on, I'm not bullshitting anymore. I don't care about the next new game out. My game is these beats. Those are my games. Because I like to just analyze the beat and just listen to it obsessively until I could just master the flow. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to rush and put out my work and be offbeat. I mean, I might be offbeat, but here's the thing. It's like, with the project with my friend DJ, he helped me, and I noticed, like with anything, I'm just waiting on people, and time waits for no man. I'm starting to realize that. So if DJ can't do it, like help me with certain songs, then I can't just sit back and be like, well, I guess I can't do it. Nah, I'm gonna be brave this year, and I'm gonna believe in myself. And what I'm gonna do is the only way I'm gonna get better, I feel, is if I just put out the music to the best of my knowledge. Like, I'm going to analyze the beat and I'm going to just keep going. I'm not going to put anything out until I feel in my heart like this is the best I could do, And then that's how I'll release something. And if I'm off, I'm off. But at least I'm being consistent, and I know that in my heart and through these, I believe in that 10,000 hour theory thing too. And it's just like, if you do something long enough on your craft, you're going to get good. So with that in mind, with the faith, I'm taking this leap of faith right here. And that's how I'm going to do all my music from now on. And I already know what it feels like to quit. So I want to see what happens when I don't, So yeah, that was the awakening right there. So it's like, that is what it is. I'm just going to leave it at that. So the quote of the week: your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. This has been one of my favorite quotes for a while now. And yeah, man. Um, it's like, when people mistreat you, or like, you think that they're like judging you or whatever. It's like, or maybe they don't like you for a certain reason. It's like their perception of you is a reflection. Wait, no, let me read this. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. So, however they're thinking about you is a reflection of them. And then your reaction to them is awareness of yourself. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. That's a good quote, because I just want to be saying that to all the haters, Yeah, it's like, what up, bitch? I mean, that's all I really had planned. I am sick. I guess we'll just call it. But yeah, man, thank you guys for listening. Stay safe out there, man, and I'll catch you guys next week for the Christmas pod. So be on the lookout for that. I had a guest on, my second guest of this podcast, and it was Kayleen, and we talked about some Christmas things, And so the same strain I smoked on this episode, I'll be smoking on there. It's just maybe I didn't take enough hits, but I feel good right now. All right, all the links to our social medias will be in the description box. All right, so if you want to, all the links will be posted on our Facebook. You could go to Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few, or if you want to write in the show, want us to talk about something, write in at crackabrewandsmokeafew@gmail.com. Crackabrewandsmokeafew@gmail.com. SoundCloud, Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few. Twitter, CBSF Podcasts, and YouTube, Crack a Brew, Smoke a Few. Snapchat, CBSF Podcast, Instagram, Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Pokemon fan, please go check out my Pokemon YouTube channel at Pokemon Trainer. Please go and support that. That would mean the world to me. Also, if you really do love the show, if you go to your podcast app, search us by B-Rad G, and you leave us a nice review, man, that would mean the world to me, because reviews help get me noticed. And I don't know, if you love the show and you want to help, that's a good way to support and help. What else? Oh, and, like I said, I rap. I don't have any new stuff yet because I feel like the past year I've been only putting out singles, just a single every year. So I didn't want to do that this year. I wanted to work on a project, and I only got 4 songs in. So now I have more free time that I'm not on the road so much and working with my dad. So now I'm really using all my free time towards this music. So I'm going to release these 4 songs real soon. Just Pro Tools needs to get up. So, yeah, you could look me up on SoundCloud, Young Bradley. Or, you know what? Just go to my website, youngbradley.net. All my social medias will be linked there. So, yeah, man. Thank you guys for watching. This has been B-Rad G with Crack a Brew and Smoke a Few. Stay safe out there, y'all. I'll catch you next time. Peace.